Hi everyone, it's Lydia, aka Sidereal, back at it again with another episode of Moon Forecast Mondays, where I bring you the moon phase forecast for the week, because just like how the moon controls the tides of the oceans, it also influences your emotions. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, Lumos. Okay, Monday. We have the waning gibbous in Scorpio. Tuesday, we have the waning gibbous in Scorpio, turning to Sag. Also waning gibbous. Okay, waning gibbous in Sagittarius, Wednesday. Thursday, waning gibbous in Sagittarius, again. Friday, waning gibbous in Sagittarius, turning to Capricorn. Saturday, we have the waning gibbous in Capricorn. Sunday, we have a doozy. Waning gibbous in Capricorn. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Switching to waning crescent, also in Aquarius. Let's talk about it. Okay. Monday. Okay, let's talk about the waning gibbous moon in Scorpio. Okay, people, we know the drill. Heavy scorpionic energy, gonna be some heavy transformation vibes, okay? But this week, I want to focus on the theme of bringing the theme in from the full moon in pink full moon in Libra, okay? I want us to focus on that energy, okay? So we're talking about self-love, balance, relationships, love, self-love, love externally, relationships, partnerships, collaborations, other people, synergy, okay? Coming from within, because it is a full moon. So we're not manifesting outside of ourselves. We're manifesting from within, okay? We're doing the work. We're releasing, letting go of what we need to release and let go of to make room for a new, to make room for a new beginning in this area of our lives, okay? By reaching an equilibrium between ourselves and others, okay? Our internal goals for our individual self to attract and succeed within our external goals, okay? Okay. So keep that in mind. Keep that theme in mind. We're going to keep that in mind while we're talking about all these moon phases, okay? Because this is setting, the full moon in Libra really set the tone for this waning moon phase in the first quarter, and yes, so on and so forth until the next new moon coming up, okay? So this waning moon in Scorpio, again, transformation, okay? So things are, you're gonna be triggered, but if you've been doing the work, the trigger's gonna be really quick. And I want you to look out for how fast you get over and release these triggers. Because if you've been doing the work, they're going to come and they're going to go just as fast. It's going to be like, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And then once you release it, you're like, oh shit, did I really just deal with that? Like once and for all? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And these triggers are most likely going to be within your relationship specter, okay? It's gonna be relating to what I just said, okay? Self-love. So you'll be finding yourself being triggered, maybe your insecurities come up, like, oh, I already dealt with this, but you didn't, not fully. You dealt with it, you addressed it. 222. I just saw 222 is guys, I can't make this shit up. 222 is all about balance, and it's all about love and relationships and partnerships too. It takes two to make things go right. Okay, yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's the name of the game, okay? Pairs, partnerships, people, too. Okay, so transformation energy. So you're gonna be triggered, it's gonna be heavy, but if you're doing the work, again, it's gonna go as quickly as it comes, okay? Which is like, and your ego and your mind is gonna be like, whoa, like, the only thing to watch out here is clinging on to that identity, that old way of being, and that trigger. That's the only thing you need to be careful of, because scorpionic energy is also obsessive. So if you're like, oh, there's no way I just got rid of that like that easily, it's like yes, you have, because you've been doing the work. If you've been doing the work consistently, especially when in regards to whatever it's been triggered, then you're going to release it just as easily. It's gonna seem sudden, but you need to acknowledge the work that you have been putting in, so that you don't psych yourself out. They're on the timer. Angel numbers, we got angels present here today. Yes. You need to acknowledge the work that you have been doing thus far, okay? Because that was just a final release. That's all it was. It wasn't like in the past where things may have come up and it may have taken months or maybe even years, a long time to get over. This is like, it came up to be released. Like that was legit the only reason why it came up, just to be released. That's it. Not to be worked on, not to be addressed, not to be fought. Okay, not even to think about. Don't think about it. Just let it go. Like, that's literally your only mission. And just beware of keeping, clinging onto it, because your ego and your mind needs to catch up and accept and realize that, oh, I'm done with that. Like, I'm done with that way of being. I'm done with that belief system. I'm done with that insecurity. I'm done with that, that resistance. I'm done with it. And it's gone now. So yeah, just give yourself some time and patience and compassion to accept that you have finally healed and released and let go of whatever needs to be let go of. Okay. Wednesday, because yeah, we're switching, like late Tuesday, we're switching into Sagittarius. So let's just go to Wednesday. Waning moon in Sagittarius, people. Okay, waning moon in Sagittarius. That's what we're talking about. Late Tuesday. Well, depending on where you live. Anyway, Wednesday, Thursday, mainly Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, this one the energy is gonna be most potent. Okay, degrees and all, percentages. Okay, wise. Okay. What do we learn in the other episode? I'll find it and I'll put it somewhere. When it comes to Sagittarius energy, we're learning lessons. So during the Scorpio waning gibbous moon, you just need to accept that you let it go. You let it go, and now Sagittarius, you can embrace that freedom. Now you want to be lighthearted. You want to be carefree. Okay, you want to reflect on what you learned in a way that sets you free, that makes you feel free. Okay, that makes you feel lighthearted and makes you feel expansive. Okay, expansion. That's what we're going for with this waning gibbous and Sagittarius. So think about, okay, now that I release and let this go, what possibilities are now available to me? What opportunities are now available to me? What wisdom have I gained? And how can this help me progress and expand in relationship center, self-love? Okay, what have I learned about love? What have I learned about myself? What have I learned about others? Okay, what have I learned through this process now? And what can I accept and what do I want to allow now into my life to replace this energy that I've just released and let go, And let yourself feel freedom and abundance, and let yourself feel inspired. Okay, inspired. I'm not talking about taking action, because this is the waning moon. You need to go inward. Okay, but now you're putting together, we're getting there, you're putting together a list of values and what you want to expand on, and what you're now allowed to accept and receive in your life now that you have made room for it by purging out any triggers and traumas. Okay. Okay, planning Friday, Saturday, Sunday slightly. Okay. Sunday is the Lord's day of rest, so take it easy on Sunday. That's a forewarning. We'll get there in a minute. Okay. This waning gibbous moon in Capricorn, we're planning now, because during that new moon and that waxing moon phase coming up, you gotta take action. You gotta do something. Okay. Now we are planning. What do we do with this newfound freedom, energy, expansion, lesson, wisdom? Did I say wisdom already? No, I don't think so. Okay, what do we do with it? What do we want from it? What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Okay, so this is where we make our plan. Okay, we make our plan to plan of action. I'm not gonna get like too anyways. Yes. We figure out what we do with this new energy. Now that we've expanded and we have gained a higher perspective on whatever we have released and let go of, and whatever we have worked upon in regards to self-love, self-care, relationships, love, romance, partnerships, collaborations, whatnot, whatever's going on in your life. Okay, whatever's on your radar. This is where we're like, okay, what do I do with this now? What do I do with the new me? What do I do with this newfound love and appreciation of myself, love and appreciation of others? What do I do with this higher perspective? Where is this leading me to? This is where we create a concrete plan on what we're going to do during the new moon. What fresh start do we want? Who do we want it with? How do we want it to go? Nobody knows. How do we want it to go? Not so much. More so, what do we got to do? What do we got to do? Because again, this is very internal. We're not focusing on the outcome. Okay, we're not focusing on the outcome. We're not focusing on control. We're doing what we can to ensure making the best of this opportunity, making the best of this newfound energy. Okay, and that segues into Sunday, that first quarter moon, and that waning crescent moon. Okay, this is where we transform the energy. Okay, so ideals. Okay, what is the most authentic and unique way we can execute this plan? How can we tailor this plan to ourselves? So like, let's say if we learned, like we released attachment wound. This is a good example. Think about it. Listen. Okay, let's say we released an attachment wound during the Scorpio waning moon. Okay, and so from this, releasing this attachment wound, we have gained a higher perspective that allows us to view love in a more secure way. Okay, so we're not avoidant, we're not anxious anymore, we're secure. Okay, you got to get used to this. You gotta reflect on this now. What does it mean to be secure? Okay, what do we do with the security now? What can we do with the security now that we're not avoidant, now that we're not anxious? What do we do with it? What do we want from it? How does this benefit us, our relationship with ourselves and relationship with others? Okay, now we tailor it. We have a plan. We know what we want to do with this secure attachment style. Oh, I want to, like, now that I'm secure, like I have more to offer here. Or now that I'm secure, I have a better relationship with myself. Now we tailor it. Specific people, specific goals for ourselves. Specify, people. Specify. Idealized dream. Specify, idealized dream. Sid. Okay? Say Sid. Okay. Yes, that's what we do. So journal prompts. What did you release during this waning gibbous moon in Scorpio? What are you releasing? Okay. What did you learn from this? How do you feel? How does it make you feel now that you let it go? And what do you want to call in now that that is gone and there's room for a new? What are you gonna do with it? What's the plan? Because now you have a new set of tools. What's the plan? What are you building? How can you tailor it to you, uniquely you? How can you make this plan as authentic as possible? How can you cultivate this newfound knowledge to benefit your authentic identity and benefit your relationship as well? Okay, call in people who match that frequency. Okay, plan of action, people. Come on. Okay, that is all we have for this episode of Moon Forecast Mondays. I loved it. I love that we had a theme because of the, full moon. Love the theme. It's all about love. Spread the love, be the love, heal the love. Okay. I love you all. Subscribe for more. Give this video a thumbs up and comment down below whatever you want to see down there. Once again, I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. Knox.